Welcome back. We just had to take care of some tech stuff. Sorry we're a little bit late. We appreciate you for being here. I have only a single announcement, and that's that Eldritch Automata is live on Kickstarter. That is our friends over at Gehenna Gaming that have come out with a new game. It is live on Kickstarter right now. It's about 20. Well, I'm sorry, my math is off. It's about 30%, 33% of the way through its funding, if my math is right. Um, it is a It is a mecha TTRPG. We need more of those, where you fight against the world has ended, heroes have failed, and you are essentially fighting for survival. It's a great timing, Nightbot. Outstanding, perfect. Link is in the chat. Um, you are fighting for survival in a world that is already essentially doomed. Remembering the splat that we were given correctly, I think 98% of the population is gone. So there's quite a bit less people. And you are piloting giant mecha to fight against these creatures called horrors and other creatures called seraphs. It gives really great Neon Genesis Evangelion vibes. It's really wonderful. It also dives into mental illness and like the price and the toll that it takes to live in this time frame. And as a personal note, they handle mental illness and trauma very well. It's they it's really good. It's really good. We're checking, but if you want to dive into it with us, we're doing an actual play on Wednesdays for the month of January while it's live on Kickstarter, and I encourage everyone to go give it a look and with the Kickstarter link below. Kickstarter link will also be in our YouTube video for when this VOD goes up on YouTube. We will, or Nightbot will be throwing the link in the chat intermittently. And yeah, it's a really great game. I would really love to see it funded. And the Rolling Nomads here, we really enjoyed our deep dive into the rules last Wednesday. Come join us for next Wednesday to really get into a deeper dive with the system itself as we go into their pre-written module, the Dark Passenger. So that is our only announcement. And I have no other further reason to delay, so let's go ahead and jump into meeting our K-Knights tonight, shall we?
Hi, I'm Isaiah. I play Alejandro. Excited to see what's happening next.
Hey, it's me, TREY. Um, yeah, I'm ready to see what happens.
Victor BELLSHANE here again. Glad to be back. Maybe we'll see if this is the last time or not.
I'm sure Victor will be fine, but I've been wrong before. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Book of Saints. And we begin each episode, as we always do, with a recap. Is there a volunteer? Is there someone that has been designated?
Sure, I'll volunteer for it. So, last time we went back to the church in the hopes of confronting Fernando finally. Fernando Villarreal, the Banu Hakim. And we got there, and pretty much immediately all hell broke loose. The rest of my pack went after all of the thin bloods present. I went straight for him after a heated discussion. And he called for monomacy. We began the fight. I got him some good licks. Everybody else killing thin bloods. It was great. Great time. Then he cut me with some knife, and I feel something coming towards my heart. And that's how we left you.
That is indeed how we left you. As a note, for transparency's sake, as a storyteller, it is very important to me that we admit when we make mistakes or when we have changes or misunderstandings amongst our group, because it is important to me that we show that we are human. There is no perfection here, and to peek behind the veil is to understand and to kind of gain an understanding that anyone can do this if they really set out to. So with that in mind, I'd like to point out as well, Trey, you have chosen to take shape change. However, we had a discussion about the rules of shape change and the implications of it that weren't quite understood. So, in the future, dear viewers, you might see Trey take a different form for shape change, depending on their more informed choice in the future. But that is just addressing the continuity errors that may be coming soon. For now, however, Trey, we will continue in your current form, if that is comfortable for you. Excellent. So, we are returned as we had left you. You are in the church. Victor, as you say, there is something squirming and something worming its way through your body, riding your non-functioning vascular system as you surge the blood into your veins, using the precious vitae that is in your form to fuel your vampiric disciplines. Alejandro, Trey, you are in the midst of combat, slaughtering the thin bloods around you. Monique and Felix have joined the fray, as well as a number of the warriors that have surrounded the church itself. This, as we described last session, is an incredible slaughter. Fernando Villarreal has disappeared from sight, though it was pointed out that one of our saints possesses an ability that would be able to at least have the possibility of seeing him. So, for now, combat is effectively over. You are still in the midst and slaughtering Cainites, the thin bloods that are rebelling against your doctrine. But I would like, Trey, you have the ability of Auspex, correct?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Excellent. Let's take a look at Auspex. You have the possibility of seeing where he has disappeared to. Should you
Hopefully.
make a specific roll?
Okay. Do you
So
have the roll on?
the power you're using is Sense the Unseen, correct?
Correct.
So, with Sense the Unseen, you might catch Fernando as he takes a step back, possibly making a retreat. I need you to make a Wits and Auspex roll, or a Resolve in Auspex, please.
I'll do resolve and Auspex. You know, and then because wolves kind of have extra senses anyway. They dogs can see things. I don't know if that's no, no. Okay, all right. But I will rouse the blood.
By all means,
Um,
as
yeah,
will he.
yeah.
I
I
also
do
have a
that.
monocle.
It was a success for the blood rouse.
Excellent. What does that leave your hunger at?
I'm at 3 right now. And resolve and prospects. Resolve. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes for the messy crit.
Also, 7 successes. No messy crit.
Could I use my monocle?
What does your monocle do? We detailed it last session, but I'm a member of a
Designed by the
goldfish.
Tremere to detect obfuscated spies, the Monocle of Clarity is a beautiful etched monocle set into a delicately filigreed gold and silver frame. The user makes a rouse check to activate and rolls Wits or Resolve plus 5 dice against the target's Wits plus Obfuscate. Success pierces the target's Obfuscate. Total failure pierces the veil between this world and the next, exposing the users to things best left unseen, inflicting 1 point of superficial willpower damage.
By all means, go ahead and make that roll first. The rouse check.
Okay. Success.
Leaving you at what level of hunger?
I'm at hunger 2 right now.
Excellent.
I'm going to do Wits, so my dice pool is 9. Seven successes with a critical.
7 successes with a critical. Gentlemen, unfortunately, in Vampire the Masquerade, ties go to the defender. So although there are criticals, although there is plenty to match, Fernando Villarreal is nowhere to be seen amongst the carnage.
Wait, could I reroll by failures?
Would you like to spend willpower?
Yeah, sure.
That is usually done before the result is given. So
I'm
we'll
sorry, I
count
looked at the
this.
dice late and I was like, oh yeah, reroll failures.
I forgot
Will-
about it. Oh, but
We'll allow it this time, but let's
8
be a little
successes
more
with a critical.
vigilant. 8 successes.
And that brings me down to willpower 3.
Rough. You scan, and you think Fernando Villarreal is nowhere amongst the carnage. Gone. Lost somewhere. Retreated. Perhaps absconded from this place entirely to wait out his opponent. Alejandro, you check the very rafters where Monique and Felix had dropped down from. Lurking in the shadows, you catch the glimpse of movement as it moves behind one of the banisters. In the form of Fernando Villarreal, looking down on Victor BELLSHANE.
Great, I alert everybody. I'm just like, above!
You do this. Trey, I'm gonna have you re-roll. I will re-roll as well with the call out. Obfuscate's a fun power. You've called out the location, but it's not like he's just hiding behind a banister. No one can still technically see him. But with the call out, Trey, go ahead and add an extra die to your pool.
Oh, okay. This was Resolve and Allspace, right? I'll risk another rouse. Success. It was a critical success. Well, just the fancy success. Yeah. Oh, that's hold on. I'm gonna re-roll. Let me spend some willpower. I'm down to 3. Yeah, 8 successes with a crit.
11 successes with 2 crits.
Damn.
So, called out, though he might be, Alejandro, Fernando Villarreal is still masked and out of sight for the majority of your, well, all of your compatriots. He moves quickly. With cat's grace, he maneuvers himself amidst the banisters and is climbing still, closer and closer to the ceiling. What would you all like to do?
I'm eating.
Indeed, you are. As is Chewie. Victor.
I was sending you messages because I
can
didn't
see
know.
I encourage you to ask them out loud.
Okay. Well, out of character, I don't know the full rules of monomacy since he bitched out and just dipped. Technically, as far as I can tell, he dipped. Does that mean monomacy is over?
There is
I'm
certainly an
still
argument.
standing.
There is certainly an argument to be made. However, as Alejandro has called out, your opponent is still in the field. So, really, you would require a judge. You would require an expert on the subject. But, as you've had tutelage on this matter, let's have you roll. So with this, I want you to roll either intelligence, or we're going to call this intelligence and politics, please.
Okay.
That sounds like everyone looks at disciplines when there's XP given, and no one looks at specialties and dots.
Listen, man, I'm all rituals.
Not true.
I have no combat prowess. I can extinguish Vitae.
Oh, actually, speaking of this, instead of that, where's that? Yeah, instead of what did you say? You said intelligence and
Politics.
yeah, instead of politics, could it be academics such as kindred law?
Could see an argument for it, by all means.
Because I actually do have a specialty in that.
I'm aware.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. Three successes and a bestial failure.
Victor, if you recall correctly, you are underneath, or rather under the effects of your clan compulsion.
You want me to roll again with one of those dice being gone?
No, this is your first, technically a failure. So if you reading into your clan compulsion, it requires you to fail a roll first, and that becomes the fixation of it all. So Victor, with this, I'll give you with a bestial failure, the pain that you're feeling is supernatural. The rage more so. You're not sure if this is still within the bounds of monomacy. He's retreated, he's still in the field, but even then, your mind begins to reel. Very quickly, you start to go over what you know of monomacy. The challenger is supposed to decide the time and location. The challenged is supposed to decide weapons. There was no discussion really about what weapons were to be used. He challenged you to monomacy, but he never dictated a time. This is you two just started fighting there and now. All of these things flash in your mind quickly. You're not even sure if this counts truly as monomacy. There's a lot of arguments to be made here, and you don't care. With your bestial failure, you are already under your clan compulsion. There's going to be some more effects to you, Victor. What is your current hunger level?
3.
The anger stirs your beast. You feel it grip at your mind as it demands for you to feed. You're going to bring yourself to hunger 4. And if I remember you correctly, you have a mythic bane. The stigmata takes hold as you suffer the wounds of Christ himself. Your feet, your hands, and the crown of your skull begin to bleed. Your eyes, your vision literally goes red as blood stains your vision. You are filled with rage. You can't see him. Your actions are your own, aside from your clan compulsion. The scene is yours, Saints. This combat is all but one save for Fernando Villarreal. It's difficult, again, to see him, given the powers of Obfuscate, and his deafness and swiftness of foot.
My arms can be used for bludgeoning. I never dropped them, and I never did anything that would cause them to drop.
That is correct.
Are they strong enough for me to start whipping at the fucking support beams of this building and break them?
I don't think it's a question of if they're strong enough. I think it's a question of distance, Victor. What is the distance?
Oh, the distance should not be an issue.
Yeah, they say last time it's like 10 yards or something.
Yeah.
Make your roll.
I'm basically going to just put myself into a fury frenzy and just start whipping the shit out of stuff. All the support beams trying to take it down and yell to everyone to just get out. I gotta remember how this one works.
While you do that, Trey, Alejandro, is there anything of note that you are doing?
I'm getting out of here, man.
I was in the middle of eating, but I guess I'll drag a body outside.
Understood. You two abscond from this place. Victor, you are going to make your roll and see how much damage you do to the structure of this building.
Those need to go away. Seven successes.
You do this. You lash out. Take some narrative control, Victor. What does this look like?
Basically, the tentacles just shooting out at all the support beams, starting with the one that was pointed out, trying to break the entire building and bring the whole house down. just everywhere. Anger, rage, whipping, don't care.
I'm going to make some rolls for. First roll I'm going to make is for the Thin Bloods and see if they can, given their circumstances, depart from this space safely.
What you mean safely?
I actually want to murk any thin blood that I see run past me.
Excellent. So I'll reduce their die pools since there's an active attempt here. Trey, is there anything you'd like to do along the way? Is there you doing the same?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, if there's still thin bloods out and about, then yeah, I'm gonna
If the
help
thin bloods
them
have
out.
no haters, I'm dead.
Excellent.
My end intent is to at least take one captive. So
You do this. Victor, you bring the house down. Trey, Alejandro, as Thin Bloods flee and begin to move, you can see Monique and Felix depart. The warriors begin to withdraw, grabbing who they can. You slaughter on your way out. You put creatures in torpor. Some die outright. Victor, under normal circumstances, through the arms of Ahriman, you are unable to move. However,
That is correct.
long, long ago, you were given an artifact. I would like to ask you one, if you would like to attempt to move.
Actually, I don't think I can. Unless I'm dropping with the arms. Because if I'm not mistaken, I gave that ring to West.
Most unfortunate. And Wesley, wherever he is hopefully putting it to good use. So, Victor, you
But
bring the house down.
I would probably.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Go on.
Cocoon.
Coon.
As it starts to crumble.
Well, Victor, we missed it last roll you made, but you are under your compulsion, so this action will receive a 2 dice penalty. And as a narrative note, this unfortunately would have to be less of a cocoon, given the arms of Ahriman, and more of a quick lash, striking at everything that's in your way and that is coming down towards you. You would have to smash the things out of your path. So, Victor, I need you to make the same combat rolls you would make for Arms of Ahriman. Feel free to Blood Surge, feel free to take half, feel free to spend willpower to re-roll should you not be satisfied with your roll.
And 2 dice penalty, you said, right?
Yes, please.
Nah, we're gonna roll it. Didn't matter. 3.
Excellent. So, Victor. You are going to be taking 4 superficial damage as the building collapses around you. Trey, Alejandro, you have made it out safely. Monique and Felix are a bit scraped up, banged up by whatever has whatever has hit them on the way out. Victor, still amidst the rubble, injured, but not dead or in torpor, I assume.
No, I am not.
Alejandro, Trey, the building comes down. There are screams. This is very clearly a destructive matter. There are already people peeking from second floor apartments and stepping outside to see what's going on. Cars screech to a halt going down the road, terrified of what might be taking place here. You are out in the open. There are people. There are wounded and injured compatriots of yours, as well as a number of now torpored bodies amidst the wreckage, as well as many dead. What do you two do?
Where's Monique at?
Not far off from you. She is standing on the sidewalk, leaned up against a vehicle, looking into the wreckage, kind of wild-eyed as she's kind of looks to be scanning the area.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I guess I'll just fucking drag a body in a direction. I'm a wolf boy. I'm a doggy. You know, I'm gonna stay acting like a dog.
Excellent.
So I guess towards the direction of Monique, I'm gonna start heading.
Understood. She looks to you, Trey, and as you begin to drag the body, she speaks to you, not quietly, not exactly calling out or yelling, but she says, "Sniff him out. We need to get him. We need to retrieve him."
I'll do that then.
Alejandro, what are you up to?
I'm just looking around, making sure no thin bloods got away.
Understood. Doesn't appear like any did. Seems the warriors are good at their task. But you keep watch for any that might come out of the wreckage. I need you to make me a wits and awareness roll, Alejandro.
For sure.
If you'd like to keep eyes out for anyone who might be obfuscated, you may make the roll with the monocle after your wits and awareness as well.
Okay.
Trey?
Can I?
Go on.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Can I like command Shui to go?
To just leave?
Yeah, and take a snack and just run off. You can't have a big ass chupacabra in the middle of the street here. Like,
I would be inclined to agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, by all means. First, I need 2 rolls from you, Trey. Well, I need 2 rolls from you to let Chewie know that he needs to dip, he needs to zonk out. Go ahead and give me. Well, you are in wolf form. Roll me your primary pool.
My primary pool of my wolf form.
I got 4 successes for regular wits and awareness and 5 for my monocle.
Noted. Understood.
What do you mean by primary? Like,
Apologies. Do you have? I don't have the wolf stats up. That is a mistake on my part. I apologize. What do you have for in terms of skill?
so from what I see, I have a standard dice pool, physical, social, mental, and then secondary is health and willpower. Um, exceptional dice pool is awareness, intimidation, and stealth. Yeah.
Okay. So go do me a favor.
What you
Bear
want
with
me to do?
bear with me on this. I need you to roll.
Also, I have bonds familiar, so let me check
Yeah,
that out.
yeah. You still have access to some of your disciplines, so we're struggling for no reason. Go ahead and roll the bond famulus, because Chewie, if I'm not mistaken, is still your bond famulus, correct?
Yeah. Give me one second. Let me pull it up.
Victor, as your companions sort themselves out, how are you looking? How do you feel?
Oh, as the smoke starts to like clear a little bit, everybody would probably hear Victor start screaming, "You didn't win! You fucking coward! I'm still standing!"
You do this.
But Victor would be probably by this point, due to the stigmata and the building, just covered in blood.
Entirely fair.
Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I got connected to Feral Whisper, so I'm looking at that now.
I'm also listening, trying to hear the slightest little twitch of him trying to come up on me.
What's an awareness, please?
Yeah, it's not gonna work, but
As a reminder as well, this is also with a 2 dice penalty.
yeah, it's not gonna work.
So my Feral Whispers allows for two-way communication with animals.
Too easy. Then no roll made, as you have been practicing with Chewie. Victor, would you like to roll, or are you accepting defeat?
I'm just gonna take half, and I got 1. Because I only
Remember,
have 3 dice for this.
you can always blood search.
No, because I'm not stupid.
Fair enough. I feel the need to remind this pack that just because you are at Hunger 5 doesn't mean you're going to jump right into a frenzy. It's when you go past that would be the issue.
The hunger is not why I'm not blood searching.
Interesting. Fair
It's
enough.
a
I
personal
don't trust
choice.
whatever's in my blood.
That is entirely fair. So, Victor, you take half with a 1. Trey, you command Chewie to leave. Alejandro, you keep eyes out. Your roll was 4 and 6. Correct, Alejandro?
4 and 5.
4 and 5. You don't see anyone rush free, obfuscated or no. You hear Victor. Trey, sniffing him out, is not entirely necessary. Victor, you are amidst rubble. You are pushing yourself out of the rubble, moving yourself out of the destruction. It takes time. The apologies. The arms of Ahriman are still active, so this aids in the well, they are still active if you wish them to be, unless you wish to drop them after the building is fully down.
No, they're still active.
Understood. Then, in a few seconds, probably around 7 to 10, you are clear, and there is an open, not crater, but a cylindrical space where you may climb free from, if you so choose. This, of course, again, would deactivate Arms of Ahriman.
I'm going to stand here for a few more seconds to see if he comes out.
Understood. Trey?
If he doesn't come out, I consider it a victory.
Trey, you have been bid to search. Monique is now running in the direction of the screaming. Do you follow? Do you search on your own?
I mean, I guess I'll search. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I will be looking around, slowly heading back towards Monique, I guess, because I
Give-
assume I would hear that Victor was yelling and stuff, right?
Go ahead and give me your wits and aspects roll.
Six successes.
6 successes. Trey, as you head in the direction of Victor, Victor is very simple and easy to find at this point. There is a space looped up where he could climb out from, but the shadow tendrils, 10 yards, I believe, correct? It is a mass of these strange shadow tendrils that almost act as a beacon to Victor's location. It's not difficult to find him. Monique is already on her way. However, you see something that no one else does. You see Fernando Villarreal moving through the wreckage. And not crawling, not shifting things out of the way, simply standing upright, walking through stone and rock, determined, walking in a straight path out of the wreckage, nearing the street. Not quite in Alejandro's sight just yet, but he is incorporeal, it looks like.
Well, let me give it a go. I want to lunge at him.
By all means.
Oh yeah, I'll lunge at him. I don't know if that's an attack or if me just jumping in his direction, like a tackle. I guess it'll still be a tackle.
You lunge. I don't want to make you roll when it's not necessary, because these things can result in bestial failures and things. You lunge and you pass through him.
Then I'll just fucking growl and bark, as if I'm seeing a ghost, and I'm just telling him at this point. So
You can hear him speak and say, "So misguided. Pathetic. Truly pathetic, this sword of Cain, this broken dagger of his." You're the sounds of your howling, your caterwauling alerts the remainder of the warriors. Alejandro, you can hear Trey in wolf form still. He's just very clearly upset about something. What would you like to do, Alejandro?
Listen, man, I'm just a guy. So all Alejandro does is just watch, try to discern what's going on. Does he recognize this as a higher level power?
Go ahead and give me a as he passes into your sight, go ahead and give me intelligence or wits and occult.
Okay.
While you make this roll, Victor, Monique reaches you, and the shadow tendrils. This is, you said, a few seconds. You keep this up. She reaches you as the tendrils subside. She begins already, without words, to just reach down and try to grab for you. Do you take her hand?
Yes. But through the blood bond, everyone in our pack can probably feel my anger and frustration.
As a reminder of the Voldery, it's not a Wi-Fi signal. They're not getting updated emotional state. However, they would know that this is upsetting. They would know what makes you tick here. So all of you know how Victor's going to be feeling in this moment based on the Voldery. It's just a matter of not getting step-by-step updates. But you know he'll be upset, to say the very least. Monique lifts you out of the hole, Victor. Trey's vocals can be heard very clearly. Alejandro, what was the result of your roll?
4 successes.
4 successes. Not terribly difficult. It is higher level. However, this is a... To say simple wouldn't be correct, but it is a... It's utility-based ritual. This is a... Certainly, Fernando probably didn't think that this is how he'd be using it. This is incorporeal passage. You know that he has to move in a straight line. He cannot change direction, and he must continue. Otherwise, the ritual is done for. For the time being, however, he is immune to physical damage. He is much like a wraith, and cannot be harmed except by fire, sunlight, and other rituals capable of damaging spirits. For the benefit, for your perhaps your benefit, however, he cannot physically interact with anything or anyone this time. There is a shard of mirror that he has to keep grip of. And this is what you know.
Damn.
You would, however, also know, apologies, there is a time limit on this.
Oh no, guys.
This is not indefinite. If he just keeps walking, this is not going to last forever. This is a timed thing.
Oh, okay.
But Trey, as you sound the alarm, warriors beginning to assemble. They take their shots, and they come to the quick realization that you did as well. What do you wish to do?
I guess I'll fucking, I don't know, just watch him walk away. And yeah. I don't know nothing, so I'll just bark and continue until something happens.
Understood. Alejandro, with your knowledge, is there anything you'd like to do?
Nope, don't have anything prepared right now. Still the same night.
Victor? You are out of the hole. You can hear Trey. From your vantage point, you'd likely see Fernando departing and people taking shots at him, strikes at him, and passing through him. He preaches the whole way. That he has walked through fire, through stone, through ash. If Cain is to be deserving of a champion, it is he, and he has come to cleanse Mexico City of the false prophets.
If it was you, then you would not be the one walking away right now. Not with me still standing. Your monomacy was crap from the start.
Give me manipulation, persuasion, or if you would like, make an argument for any other social skill.
I mean, I'm not really trying to do anything. I'm not trying to prompt him into the fight. I'm more or less just talking crap to him. Because in this instant, Victor feels that he is worthless.
Go ahead and give me a manipulation, persuasion. You might not be attempting, but there is pride on this individual that could be wounded without or with your intent.
Is this still at a 2 dice penalty?
That is correct.
What is my penalty for? For remembering the rules of monomacy or for fighting with him?
So your failure was calling out the rules of monomacy. Given the, take away the 2 dice penalty. If ever there was a chance for a scene change, I'm gonna call it this: your compulsion ends at the once you've completed the task, once you've successfully completed the task that triggered it, or until the scene end. And seeing as the entire field of play has changed, I'm gonna call this a different scene.
Two successes.
2 successes. Continues to walk. He says, as he continues, he calls out, continuing his impromptu sermon, and says, "It's over, Mr. BELLSHANE. I've won. You'll be dead before your next night."
We'll see about that. Maybe next time we can have a real monomacy.
Continues.
1-0.
Trey, did you have something?
Were there... Sorry.
No, just with the scene change that yeah, I'm back to my normal. So it only
Understood.
lasts for months or until voluntarily ended. So.
Understood. Sorry, time got wonky there. Victor, you had something?
Were there any warriors or anything that did get trapped in the building?
Likely from what you can see.
I'm gonna start trying to pull them out. Hopefully saving them.
You do this. Trey, Alejandro, do you aid? Or do you tail Fernando?
Sure. I guess I'll look towards Victor and ask him what he wants me to do.
I would look to Monique in that instance and if he's not one for him to follow on his own, if you want to follow him.
Monique speaks up and says, I don't know anything about blood sorcery shit. I don't know when that's going to wear off.
Where's Jason in all this?
You don't see him.
I'll look for him.
Alejandro,
And Felix.
understood. Felix is safe. Felix is out of the building. Alejandro, as a reminder, you have the knowledge of that this is a timed matter. None of your pack does.
Oh,
Can of course keep this to yourself.
do I remember how long it lasts for? Or just that it's timed in general?
Not long. He'll be able to make a getaway, perhaps, if not tailed. But he doesn't have hours or anything like that.
Okay.
For
relate. Like after Monique says she doesn't know anything about blood sorcery. But he only has a couple minutes into the ritual lens, but I don't have anything to counter his rituals. Not prepared, at least.
Monique looks at all of you and says, it's your call, Victor.
Let him slink away with his tail between his legs.
I can always
Fix the
track him.
damage I've caused.
Felix comes up and says, hey, that was rough, and we need to get the fuck out of here. That's definitely going to bring cops.
I know, I just want to get our fallen comrades out of this. I don't care.
Look, that's real noble and all, but you get caught up by mortal police, you're pinned down in one place. The Camarilla is going to have you easy. Even if you're held just for a night. Hell, even worse if they just hold you for a night.
Can't leave without Jason.
Felix shakes his head.
Yeah, where is Jason?
Is this the intention?
I've been looking for Jason. So
What's an awareness trait?
The other warriors dip already.
They grabbed the closest people to them that were struggling to get out and are making their way out. They don't seem upset by this outcome. There's hooping and hollering and calls out to you without using your name, Victor. They're not entirely stupid. But they hoop and holler and they point to you as they shout. The most defining and likely most identifying thing that they shout out is that the Saints know how to throw a party. Trey, the result of your wits and awareness?
7 successes.
7 successes.
Can I loot?
Can you loot?
Yeah, I don't have weapons, man. Maybe one of those thin bloods had a gun. Maybe they had a cool artifact. I don't know, man.
Wits and awareness, please. Trey with 7 successes. You sniff him out. He is crawling his way out. It likely would have taken him a little more time. But you smell before you see, and you begin to move rock and stone and wood. And you find Jason, his leg wedged underneath some fallen bit of banister. The guns scattered away somewhere amongst the rubble. Looks up at you in his battered suit and tie and says, high warnings next time, maybe?
I couldn't speak. Yeah, I'm gonna start trying to move the rubble, help him up. If it's too much, then I'm gonna yell for help. But
I think given your abilities, Trey, it wouldn't be too terrible with the two of you. You get Jason out. Takes some time. Though not a terrible amount. Alejandro, the result of your roll?
4 successes.
4 successes. You find some guns, some knives. There are... It's difficult to tell amidst the wreckage what was in their possession, or what was stashed. There's a lot of broken glass. There's murky blood. There's other fluids that have been scattered around. This building is no more. As a note, some of the walls are still up. This wasn't an explosion by any means. This is a collapse of the interior of the ceiling and whatever came down around it. So you still have cover in bits and places here. But people are beginning to gather.
yeah, we need to fucking
I just
go.
grab a gun and a knife real quick.
We got shit at the house. What the fuck is?
It's cooler this way. It's like, it's like I take it from their corpse. I don't have to explain our rituals to you, man.
You can see Jason kind of righting himself. He says, "No, I respect it."
See, he gets it. It's a ritual thing.
Oh, y'all being dumbasses in this moment. All right. Can we fucking take somebody and head back to the house?
Yeah, actually, I need to I'll grab like 2 thinnies if I can. If Jason wants to help me carry some thin bloods. I need them for research.
With 4 successes, you'd be able to find perhaps one. It would still be in
Looks like I'm
torpor.
carrying back a thin blood.
You grab a lone thin blood. Victor, your pack is returned and you reunited.
I'm taking the thin blood. That same thin blood I dropped off with Monique. I'm taking it. I'm taking them.
Then you will depart with 2 thin bloods in tow.
I was able to do anything during their time. Was I able to save at least one warrior?
Absolutely.
Then yeah, at that point we've wasted enough time and we need to go.
I will ask you this for food for thoughts. It's food for thought, Saints. There are dead bodies here, amidst the carnage. But as well, there are torpored corpses here. Now, the Sabbat doesn't necessarily care about the masquerade, but when opened up for autopsy, or when collected by the coroner, this could pose an issue. Is there anything done, anything at all, to dissuade these types of things?
Like in the moment,
Correct.
I don't have anything that's going to help in the moment.
I don't even know what we could do.
So unless we want to try to pour some gasoline and
I was about to say, can I start a fire? Like, I don't know.
Could start a fire.
Yeah, I'll start a fire in the corner where there's some cover or something.
There is an art to fire starting. Do you have anything in particular that might be able to help you?
Listen, man, these thin bloods are half alive. One of them had to have been a smoker. All right.
Well, I'm not going to argue that at all. You could find a lighter in the car, likely. It's a matter of the Kindle, Alejandro.
I just grab we're in a church, right? So I just go like all the Bibles in the back of the pews.
You burn the Bibles in the back of
Not
the
my holy
pews.
book.
You do this. Fire is started. Victor, Trey, Alejandro, along with Jason, Felix, and Monique. Cover up is quick, messy, and in a hurry. You are able to leave if you wish.
I'm
Let's
leaving.
make sure we get the
Yeah,
bodies
we're
close
outta
to
there.
the fire before we do.
I mean, most
Excellent.
of the bodies are underneath rocks.
You depart. Jason's in a bit of a rough shape to be driving. Is anyone going to take the wheel?
I feel like I'm in pretty rough shape to be driving too, but I'll do it if nobody else steps up.
I have 0 dots in driving.
Felix will take it then. And drive. Where to?
As soon as we get in the car and he gets behind the wheel, I'm just gonna be like, oh, I think I'm more scared of this than the monomacy.
Dude, you brought a building down on people. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not my first.
Consider them people. Okay.
You're on your way. Where to?
Probably at a zigzag off the wall to make sure we're not being tailed way back to the. Probably to the warriors to apologize for their fallen.
Is everyone in agreement?
I'm silent.
Noted.
Is that like the obvious kind of silence that
Is
says
it like a
you're upset about
rebellious
something?
silence? Like what kind of silence? Like, there's a lot of different types of silence. Like is it an awkward poignant silence? Like
Now, of course, as everyone has taken the Voldery, everyone has partaken, and everyone is united in this pack. There are some things we need to get clear right away. Alejandro, Victor, as I stated before, it is not a Wi-Fi signal direct update. You don't know Trey's thoughts immediately in this moment. You would know the emotional state. You would know the values and ethics that Trey holds. So Trey, through the Voldery, please, before any words are spoken, divulge some information to Alejandro and Victor. Why would Trey be upset in this scenario?
Oh, because we screwed the fucking pooch. We screwed it. We destroyed a whole church. You know, fucking let the guy that was supposed to come after get away. You know, we're just acting too wild, too reckless.
Victor, Alejandro, that you know that there's, and correct me if I'm wrong, Trey, likely disappointment. There's a higher standard that Trey would expect of the pack. There's just a clear sign of sort of disappointment. This is all before words are spoken. This is done through the blood and what you know of Trey. The scene now is yours, gentlemen.
I feel like Victor's probably too pissed off to really say anything in this moment, to be honest.
Understood. Alejandro, anything on your part?
I don't think Alejandro says anything, but I think he does give Trey a look to be like, I agree that tonight was like a shit night.
Understood. As the car is filled with the pack, silence is almost deafening. As the Valdery and the blood, the Vinte speaks to all of you. You understand the disappointment. You understand the concern, the higher expectation that was supposed to be maintained here. All of you, save for Felix, who is looking out the window during the silence, just... Are y'all good?
No, this was bullshit.
My exact thoughts.
It was real sloppy. We look like kids out there.
I mean, to be fair, kind of gives you an eye up and down, Alejandro.
What are we doing with these bodies? I imagine we want to interrogate.
Yeah, that was part of my plans.
I claim this one though.
I'm fine with that. I grabbed one.
That coward's head on a spike.
What was that he used?
A ritual makes one incorporeal. Kind of like mimics a spirit in a sense. Only real limitation is he has to walk in a straight line.
A ritual like blood sorcery or what, oblivion?
Blood sorcery.
Well, shit.
How are we supposed to do something when he could just walk away like that?
Well, I can prepare rituals. I just need to get back. He can also still be harmed as if he was a spirit. So I assume Jason can help with that. He's a Hakata.
Jason speaks up and says, if he follows the same laws as spirits, then sunlight, fire, magic.
So we could have just lit his ass on fire and we would have been done.
I mean, I personally don't possess any offensive fire.
What did he mean when he said that to you, Victor? Didn't he say like you're already dead or something?
Out of character, my character would know after spending so much time with the Tremere and shit about that ritual, right?
Let's have an occult roll.
Pretty sure he would. I'm pretty sure Lily used that ritual at one point.
This is a separate ritual.
Ah,
Ooh. Now I'm scared.
okay. Occult and wits.
Your choice, intelligence or wits.
It's
Quick on your feet, but not too book smart, are you, kid?
no. I don't need to know book.
Weren't you a lawyer?
I just needed to win over the jury.
I have to go to law school on top of regular college.
Yeah. Go ahead and make
That
your roll.
requires wits, wordplay, and winning over a jury.
Your Honor, I might
You have to
be
study.
a
You have to study
simple
those laws for
country
that.
lawyer.
That's memorization at the very least.
As long as you know the basics, you'll still. Goddamn.
He's
I
Jeffrey
might be
Ringer
a
again.
simple country Canaanite, but what I do know is the law.
Question.
Could you tell me the color of my people?
'Cause I forgot. Does the Actually, it doesn't matter. It's a messy crit. There's 1 crit on a regular die, 1 crit on hunger die, right? That's messy crit.
Yes, or 2
Okay.
crits on 2 hunger die.
I have both right here in front of me. So
So you have a messy. You have a critical on a hunger, a critical on a regular.
and another crit on a hunger.
Okay, that's going to be how interesting. I'm inclined to not be overly cruel and just give you a critical. Because you have the or I'm sorry, do you have 2 regular crits or no?
No.
Then no, that's a messy crit. Get fucked.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. That's just
7.
I just
That's a
slipped
messy
out. 7 with a messy?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, Victor. Something very similar. After you left Ohio, you spent time looking into the threat that Tremere could do. And if I'm not mistaken, you still maintain ties with one Tremere. Discussions were likely had. You would know this ritual. This is imminent death, unless you get this taken care of quickly. This is not like Lilith's ritual. This is the final death. This will cause your life to end completely. You need a doctor, or you need a magician. This thing will worm its way into your heart. And not just put you into torpor, this will end you.
Yeah. I would relay all of that, and no offense, but I don't think you're good enough yet to be able to deal with this, are you?
Can I roll to see if I know what happened to him? So I do know a few rituals that like lace poison on the blades and stuff to cause torpor.
Victor, if you feel the need to describe, or rather, should you like to describe what you're feeling, you feel something in your torso, warming and moving moving its way through your body, then yes, I would allow this roll.
Oh, it's already in my torso?
He slashed into your torso,
I
cut
thought he
your
slashed
tie.
into
If you
my
recall.
arm.
He cut your tie, if you recall. You have
We gotta go
precious
to a doctor.
precious bit
Like
of time.
now. We'll go to the Warriors after.
What do I
Yeah, I would describe everything to them and what I know about it.
I mean, if you want, we can
Intelligence.
open you up right now.
There's a possibility. Intelligence occult, Alejandro.
If what?
okay.
So we can open you up right now. You know, the traffic is terrible.
So you just want to open me up in a van?
No,
Or
for
do
real.
you want to die? What do you
Do
mean?
any of you have any kind of medical experience to even know what you're looking at if you were to open my chest up right now?
I have 4 successes. I only have 1 dot in like biology.
As long as we don't hit the heart, we're good, right? You could
It's on
regrow
its way
everything
to
else.
my heart.
Then let's take the path out.
Alejandro, with your occult roll, identifying what this is, you've heard tale. You don't know exactly the name of this ritual. You know that depending on where it struck, he could have hours or nights. If it's already in his torso, you're betting on hours. You know that the thing in his chest isn't going to worm away, but it's going to take precision to get to it. It is constantly on the move, so you need to be quick. It's going to take about 4 hours to get this done properly.
Okay, I relay that. You only have a few hours, Victor, but with 4 hours we could get it done. We just got to be quick about it. a steady hand.
So, a doctor. We need to
Yeah.
get to.
Do any of us have dominate?
We have
I
the
dominate.
cartel in our pocket, and I'm sure they have black market doctors.
I'm just saying, if you say it's what on your right side, left, all I'm saying is we got a chainsaw back at home. And as long as we carve around the heart and your head, we should be good.
This guy's insane. I say we just
No.
go to the best hospital and dominate the doctors.
Felix speaks up and just says, "And weren't you just complaining about shit being, sloppy?"
We're on a different subject now.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Jason, get the cartel's doctor on the line. We're going to go there. When we get there, I need 2 of you to go get blood bags for all of us to heal. And they're going to fix it. And we'll deal with all the rest of this mess.
Can we contain it and use it? I know that.
Can you contain it and use it?
Yeah, like if we remove it from Victor, can we then like store it for later use?
Unfortunately, no.
Damn. All right, then I'll go for the blood bags.
However, for you, Alejandro, if you wish to learn this ritual, if you procure the item, I'd allow you to begin study on it. It wouldn't be the same as being taught, but there would be likely a reduced cost of XP if you wish to study this, depending on how
Well,
you
I'll
go
go to the
about
hospital.
this.
Never mind, man. I'll go to the hospital.
Excellent. Jason begins to dial. All of you ride along in this vehicle. Victor, precious few hours. This could be it. You're driving, which is going to take time. Surgical removal is going to take around 4 hours, according to Alejandro. You could die on the operating table. This could be it for you. What does that harken in your mind?
Mainly just concerns for the pack, what I'm leaving them with, the mess that's going on now. Anger at what's left unfinished. With sadness.
Final death leaves many roads untraveled, ties undone, even for the long-lived, such as Canaanites. Trey, this is your mentor, perhaps you consider him a leader. This is the one that introduced you to the Sword of Cain and to the Word of Cain. This is a member of your pack. He has a number of hours left. And if things aren't done, it's over for him. What does that bring up in your thoughts?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things, I guess. The monomancy, um, you know, the path itself, and the sentimental part of being, connected. It's a lot of conflicting emotions for Trey, I guess. Going back and forth between this is just what it is, our duty, versus losing another person in the pack.
Even Canaanites are no strangers to loss. But this is a blow you would feel, especially with the Volderi. Alejandro, you've only known him a few short months. Time has passed, and joined this pack, you've proven yourself. You've seen the work that is done in Mexico City. And now, already, your first real large outing with Victor, with TREY, with Jason, with the entirety of the pack. One of you could fall. Victor BELLSHANE, eldest amongst you, could fall. How do you feel? What do you think?
Hodges has the realization that this is truly like a war. That it's not just a simple like we're establishing territory, taking control. Like, we went to the church because he was attempting to rally forces against us.
Jihad, holy war, crusade, whatever you call it. To be a Canaanite is to embrace conflict. And there is a reason you are called the Sword of Cain. There will be casualties. There have been casualties tonight. Next week, we will find out if Victor BELLSHANE is amongst them. Thank you all for joining, and thank you all for playing. We appreciate you very much. We appreciate the raid. Thank you for that, Druid. We have a lot to reflect on and a lot to plan. So, let's quickly go around the room while I give our shout out to our wonderful raiders, or to our raider. Anyone have anything to plug?
No, I just exist, man.
Excellent.
Sorry, Edge tried to say something, but I think he's muted. Oh, okay. I guess not. I don't know. Anyways, so tomorrow, we will be playing WoW again. If anybody wants to pop in, say hi, whatever, we'll be on. Got the time for MST.
You can throw it out in your time zone. It's all good.
Are you guys doing Horde or Alliance?
Horde, Tichondria server. One in not MST, EST, I think.
1 p.m.
Eastern
EST?
Standard Time. I think that's it. I think I'm in EST.
Yeah, don't dox
This
yourself.
was bad. That was bad.
You're doing great. Yeah, hop on with us tomorrow if you want to indulge in some gaming with us. If you need the link to the Discord, by all means, throw it out to the mods, and we'll get you guys in the chat and get you in the Discord, and we can link up. So
It is EST.
with that, we of course have been the Rolling Nomads. You can find us right here on twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads, where we do all of our actual plays, our storytelling studios, all of these things that we do here on Twitch. You can find these episodes over on YouTube, youtube.com/Rolling Nomads. They go up 4 days after Twitch air date. And all of the things, Book of Saints is up to date, as is Ways of Old, Transylvania Beckons, and very closely following Colder Than Twitch's Wit. So those shows are up to date. Silent Godson is going to be our next on the list to get up to date. So daily uploads continue until everything is squared away. Of course, the best way to keep up to date with us and see our uploads when we're going live and cancellations, late starts, and all that good stuff remains on Twitter at _Rolling Nomads. That's where we post all the good stuff, as well as on Blue Sky at Rolling Nomads. That's where you can find all of our updates and our announcements and things. We are also on TikTok at _Rolling Nomads, where you can check out clips and highlights from these streams, from these actual plays, storytelling studio, all that good stuff. Head over there if you are interested, and you might find something that you didn't know you like, and you might put on something new. New things are always good. Not always, but most times. So, with that out of the way, we really appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Stick around. We're gonna find someone to raid. Pass out the nomad love, just like it was passed on to us. So, we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same connects. We'll see you very soon.